what's happening. So let's go on a little bit of a different tangent today. Reality. What is reality? As humans, we rely on our connection to this physical realm, for lack of a better term, using our five senses: sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. However, scientists in this physical realm that we perceive have proven that all of those senses are electrical signals interpreted by our brain. They don't originate as electrical signals. Certainly don't know that they do. Our brain turns them into that, or they are turned into that at some point, whether from source or thereafter, into an electrical signal, which then our brain interprets. For example, sight. The visible spectrum of what visible light of what a human can see in regards to the entire spectrum. It's I just looked it up. I was going to put it on here, but again, I suck with technology, but it's like 0.00003 something. That's how much we can see of what's really that can be seen. In addition to that, your brain, from what they've proven, compartmentalizes much of it, throws it out, and decides for you that you don't care about that. It's not important. So a bunch of, and it's like 90%, maybe more than that. I don't know. It's really high, right? So how close to accuracy are we getting with what we think we're receiving for formation or information, if you will? Now, that's just those two things. Now, think of it this way. You're not even seeing it in real time, if time is real, right? If any of this is real, if there's some sort of linear measurement, okay, then okay, time. When your brain, when the light rays come in, all light rays are parallel, then your cornea diverges the light because it has refractive power, and then the aqueous humor behind to that, which is the clear liquid, has refractive power and it's converging the light. And then the lens inside your eye, which is called the crystalline lens, is a biconvex lens, right? It does this, depending on whether you're seeing near or far. That has a lot of refractive power. And then you have a vitreous humor behind it, which is the clear liquid behind that lens, which has refractive power. Then you have your retina. And the image point has to come on the retina. Okay? Then it gets turned into an electrical signal, or maybe it already was. Are you seeing, is light an electrical signal? So I don't know. Like I said, I have a GED here, right? However, it's now an electrical signal that your brain then interprets. Even though it's one millionth of a second or whatever it is, you're not even seeing it in real time. Your brain doesn't see it. Your brain never sees the light of day. It sees all of these beautiful colors, bright colors, and all of these things that go on. No, it doesn't. It interprets electrical signals. Your brain's never seen outside of your skull. Your brain, they're supposed to be the brain is the smartest part of this body. It never gets to see outside, other than what goes through here. And so, for example, if you're looking up in the sky and you see a star, and that star is millions of miles away, well, in reality, it's inside your head. It's because you're not seeing it. If that's what is out there, if there's an out there. And so, you know, again, talking about this being a simulation, maybe, you know, obviously that's where I'm going. But if this is a simulation, then what is language? What are video games? A simulation within a simulation? I don't know. Fun to think about. You know, in quantum theory says that anything that's out of your periphery. So this is what they say. Anything that's not in your periphery is not there. It's simply a wave of possibility. As soon as you focus on it, it becomes a particle of reality. Right? And again, they think that they've proven this, and I've watched it. I'd suggest you watch a movie documentary called What the Bleep Do We Know? It's freaking awesome. It's awesome. Very thought-provoking. So, what if this physical body is just an automaton that we're controlling, like it could, you know, just because we don't have a joystick and some buttons, you know, doesn't mean it's not something that's controlled that isn't necessarily our zenith of whom and what we are. You know, are we Sims of a game that we created to be able to experience this? And somehow we've, as a collective, been convinced that we need to be secure and you know, yeah, maybe we have to give up some rights and freedoms, but at least we'll be secure, and that's better. Ooh, you know, secure in something that's not real. If it is true and it's a simulation, then you can't die. Your robot can die, I guess, yeah. It's a fucking robot. Anyway, I don't, you know, none of the things I say on these videos other than, you know, some of the law stuff and grammar stuff that I've heard from multitudes of people and read and stuff, you know, but other than that, it's just all like, hey, this is, what if? Who's to say? I'm not. But this is where my brain goes. You know, everything is concept. Language. It's possible that language is really huge in pertaining to what is manifested in this reality. Language, and if there's a subconscious or a soul, or a consciousness that's shining its light upon this body, and that's how that connection works. If that subconscious, which is brilliant, that can think thousands of times faster probably than your conscious mind, if they're somehow enslaving your conscious mind to a point where it's turning off your subconscious mind with these symbols and this language, where they put the truth hidden in plain sight, so your subconscious mind says, well, I see what they're saying there, and your conscious mind is full of abject fear. And so it's all about obeying. And, it isn't necessarily a bunch of bad guys, although it probably is, but they got that way because we as a collective allowed it. And I just want to be comfortable and go home and watch football and whatever. I was there for 50 years. However, if that's what someone chooses, then they're choosing to be cattle and choosing to be victims, and they should shut the hell up if anything bad happens to them, because you didn't want to learn. You didn't want to learn something extremely vital. You didn't want to learn it. I don't know what to say to that. At this point in time of where I'm at. So, it's possible this is all just a manifestation that's a collective belief of this spell casting of language and words and symbols, and collectively we could manifest this into what we are now believe. Probably didn't believe it, when we first entered this experience, that this is what's real and nothing else is really that important, but this is real, and let's focus on this. It could be a mistake, I don't know. So anyway, something different today. Try to do different stuff. I may do something on helping you with when you go to a car dealer. I did that for 25 years. So, yeah. Thanks again for watching. Take care.